In this lesson, we begin our study of other verbs in the simple past tense. We've already studied the verb be in the past tense, and you've heard me use some other verbs before. Look at this diagram. Many verbs form the past tense with ed. Compare simple present, I walk to school every day, with past, I walked to school yesterday. Walked, almost a T sound. I cook beef brisket every week. I cooked beef brisket last night. Simple. Present, I wait for the bus every morning. Past, I waited for the bus yesterday morning. I watch television every night. I watched television last night. I talk to the instructor every morning. I talked to him yesterday morning. So, with the subject pronouns, I, you, he, she, it, we, they, plus walked, ed form, quickly. Okay? Remember, we studied time expressions in a previous lesson when we studied the verb be in the past tense. Now, take a look at this expanded list of past time expressions. Yesterday, yesterday morning, yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, and then last night, last weekend, last week, last month, last class meeting, 2 minutes ago, a day ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, 2 months ago, etc. All signals for past time. Okay, let's combine some past tense verbs with some past time expressions and practice them. I'll say yesterday and walked to school, and you say something like, I walked to school yesterday, or Maria walked to school yesterday. That's easy, right? Let's try another one. Last night, watch a movie. You say, we watched a movie last night, or they watched a movie last night. Here we go. Let's try it. Yesterday, walked to school. Okay, Maria walked to school yesterday. Last night, watch a movie. Yes, Professor Simona watched a movie last night. A few minutes ago, look at a newspaper. I looked at a newspaper a few minutes ago. That's good. Yesterday evening, cook an omelet. We cooked an omelet yesterday evening. Great. Last night, wait for the bus. They waited for the bus last night. Last Monday, walked to the park. The girls walked to the park last Monday. Okay, good. A year ago, talked to the boss. He talked to the boss a year ago. That's perfect. Now, are you ready for an exercise? Okay, let's try this. In this exercise, you must complete sentences, select verbs from the verb list at the beginning of the exercise, and then use the verbs first in the present tense, then in the past tense. Here's an example. You'll see the verb list, and you'll see I blank to Professor Simona every morning. Choose a verb. I talk to Professor Simona every morning. Then you'll see I blank to Professor Simona yesterday morning. Choose a verb and make it past tense. I talked to Professor Simona yesterday morning. Could be fun, right? Okay. Now, put your program on pause, look at the study guide, and complete the exercise. When you finish, come back here. So let's review. You saw I blank to Professor Simona every morning, and you chose the verb talk from the verb list. I talk to Professor Simona every morning, and then you wrote the past tense. I talked to Professor Simona yesterday morning. Good. Then we walk to school every day. We walked to school yesterday. I help Professor Chung clean the board every day. I helped Professor Chung clean the board yesterday. She works in the library every evening. She worked in the library last evening. We cook breakfast at 7 every day. We cooked breakfast at 7 last Monday. They ask Professor Hill questions each day. They asked Professor Hill questions yesterday. And you watch television every evening. You watched television yesterday evening. That's great.